G'day guys, that is the ultimate new DMAX, the latest and greatest. It's going to be Simon's trucks for this year's rig builds. Now we've already got the tub off, so we're not mucking around. We're going to build Australia's #1 touring DMAX. Check this out. There you go guys, introducing the 2021 model Isuzu DMAX. Now this is an all new DMAX for this year, and we've decided to fit it out to be Australia's toughest touring rig and hand it over to Simon to see what he can do on this season. Now starting with the front end of this truck, we have got some serious frontal protection going on. So to do that, we've teamed up with the boys at McCormack's 4-wheel drive, especially Bodie McCormack, the owner, who is 3rd generation. Mate, these guys are some of the best in the business.
My name's Bodie McCormack. We own McCormack's Auto Service / 4-wheel drive. We fit 4-wheel drive accessories to all vehicles. For the DMAX, we're fitting off-road animal bar, XTM 21.5-inch light bar for the off-road animal bar and the stealth loop, XTM winch, Rhino roof racks. I think we're putting an XTM light on the top of the roof rack as well. Definitely the off-road animal bar on the new DMAX looks smick as well.
Known as Grey Goose, fitter here at McCormack's 4x4. When Simon's DMAX first come in, we started on the bull bar, the off-road animal predator bar. The protection on the front's good, so you know, when they're out on bush and entry points, I suppose too, and just to protect the front of the car. And then up top, we've got more XTM stuff up there as well. Put the snorkel on. Yeah, the stainless steel is pretty slimline, so I think that's why they're going that. So it looks good.
Now, with the off-road animal bar, we've got some pretty cool lines, so it's a little bit better than your normal vanilla setup, as they say. All right guys, there's no doubt about it, we tow some big gear into some of the toughest terrain in Australia. Now, we've been doing that all these years with Clearview towing mirrors. Now they've listened to the feedback of all their customers and they've designed this new towing mirror with all the features and vision of their mirrors in a compact design. That's a pretty cool bit of gear. When you head up onto the roof, you want to get yourself a good roof rack. Now, what we've gone and done for the new Isuzu DMAX is we've got the backbone, and on top of the backbone, as you can see, it's a Pioneer tray. Now, tray as opposed to a platform. Simon goes with the tray because he finds that he can contain whatever he sticks up there, he can contain it within the frame of the tray. He sticks, anything from boxes, cargo boxes to Max tracks to swags, you name it. You whack them up there, they stay inside the tray. Easy to strap down. It's also good for holding things like your shovel. You can still put your compact shovel on there. You can get some light bars up there as well, just like the tray. Also some side lights, which we've done here. It's a pretty cool and compact design, even though it is a tray. Now, you can't just go and stick all this fancy gear on your truck without thinking about suspension. Once you get off the tarmac, you're going to realise that those rough roads up north are going to rattle your gear to bits. So, we start with an Outback Armour suspension kit, but not just any one. We've gone to the top of the range fully adjustable so that Simon can dial it in to suit what conditions he's driving in, and also if he's loading his truck up or it's not loaded, which is very important because what goes on underneath is just as important as what goes on the outside.
Hi, my name's Rod, I'm from Outback Armour. Here I am one of the salesmen at Outback Armour on the front counter. We've been with Alpha Adventure 2 years now, coming up to our 3rd season with them, which we're looking really forward to. The stuff that these guys come put out is absolutely amazing. So the footage that we're getting, the content that they're creating is just absolutely amazing. What they do with our gear absolutely punishes it, and that's what we're looking for. So with the DMAX that's came in, we fitted up our All for Adventure kit to it. And with that kit, what we're doing is we're putting in a specialised leaf that was made in development with Jase and Simon. So this is some of the components that we've actually fitted up to Simon's DMAX. Starting with the big one, which is our leaf. This is our All for Adventure leaf. So as you can see, it actually has, it's all one stage. So a lot of other leaves that we have, and pretty much all the other leaves that we have that aren't an armoured vehicle leaf, are two stage, which means that they have the first stage up here and then a straight second stage. And that is that it has the comfort level and then it goes down to the load bearing level. This being built along the armoured vehicle line is the fact that it is all one stage. So it is designed to take weight and try and be as comfortable as possible from the outset. So this leaf is, we have it rated at about 650 kilo constant load at a 50mm leaf. In saying that, that is also with a lot of that weight over the back. So it probably accounts for a lot more than the 650 kilo. We also have our bump stops, which is an extended progressive rate bump stop. So it takes up sooner than the factory one and compresses and makes a nice neat ride. We also have our adjustable shocks. Now these also have a bonded bush top and bottom, which means that their life quality is a lot longer than just the little two-piece ones that have been around for forever, basically. We run our Super Pro bushes, our U-bolts as well, greasable pin, greasable shackle at this end. All in all, really great kit for the rear of that DMAX, the 2021. So the adjustable shocks, you've got 20 plus clicks of adjustment. Starting at full hard, you turn them down to wherever you need them. Same left to right, obviously. They are also maintainable, which is fantastic. So they're metal moving parts. They work really well to adjust to whether the terrain is on the bitumen, on the dirt, on the sand, wherever you're going, they work everywhere. With Simon's 2021 DMAX, with the fit out, I reckon it looks absolutely amazing with the Outback Armour gear in it as well. We find that the ride is a lot nicer, especially the weight that's being carried. With adjustable shocks and struts in there, so he's able to adjust to suit himself and also the weight. We find that just the ride quality itself has just gone through the roof. It rides amazing, looks amazing, can't wait to see it on the tracks.
How tough are these new rims? So ROH have got this new set of rims. I do like them. They look pretty smick. We've talked to the guys at Black Bear. They've chucked on a couple of mud terrain tyres. They are a good size mud tyre, simple as that. They're pretty tough sidewalls. They've got some great traction in the tread. Now, with all that, you're going to be travelling over some really rough country. You're going to need some underbody protection. So Brown Davis have got a full set of bash plates under this truck. Without it, mate, there's potential damage to diffs and gearbox housings, sump. Imagine if you'd put a hole in a sump of that engine. No thanks. Anyway, the other thing left is you're gonna do some big miles, you're gonna need a long range tank. We chucked the long range tank in from Brown Davis as well because that's gonna give you so much more fuel. In fact, it'll give you up to 140 litres of juice, which on some of those tracks seems to be just enough to get you in and out without having to carry any jerry can. It is top of the range. You've got a full leather interior, including the seats. So straight away, you need some Superfit seat covers because you can imagine Simon getting this truck grotty as hell. Now everything's at his fingertips, including the new X-Track from Uniden. So it's a UHF radio in car. We've got controls for our mirrors. Don't forget the compact, so fully controllable from inside the car. Also, if you had things like lights and you had blind spot and cameras, they can all be fitted into the mirrors. So if you're thinking about recording the next crash that you're going to have, or you literally just record your entire adventure as you're driving along, then you're going to need one of those Uniden dash cams, which we have installed in this truck. Now, last but not least, because we do a lot of towing, definitely do a lot of towing in the bush, we've got the Tow Pro from Red Arc. Fully adjustable, automatic or manual, depending on what sort of driving that you're doing. Off-road, we're using the auto as well as the manual. You got to hand it to it. This truck is set up really well. It's even got controls for the front winch inside the cab with a press button in and out. So you wouldn't build a rig to this extent without putting a canopy on the back. So the guys at Norwell have gone and put the All for Adventure DMAX canopy on the back, new and improved. Now I would have to say that the Norwell canopy has to be one of the toughest canopies that we've ever used when it comes to off-road touring builds. This one especially, with its new improved design features, no doubt about it, mate, it makes home away from home really simple.
Norwell makes canopies that suits most popular four-wheel drives out on the market these days. The way we make our product is we make them strong, one of the best out on the markets. We engineer our mounts, we engineer a lot of our products, and we have exclusive products that are just solely built for Norwell. The boys from All for Adventure, yeah, they choose our canopy because I think it works for what they do. Jase and Simon both like the look of our canopies. They work well, they're ergonomically well for what they do. They've always come back from their trips and singing our praise and saying that nothing broke. And this is where those guys come in handy, and they test these things for us, and then we may be able to put it out on the production line. It ticks all the three boxes for them, the ergonomics, the styling, and I guess the weight of the canopy as well, because they do load their trucks up a lot. So these canopies can handle that, but they're also light enough to be able to pack a lot more in their vehicles. The externals are the same, dimensions are the same, just the internals we have changed slightly to suit Simon's needs, and also put in a modular shelf on the driver's side to pack some of his stuff in there. There are some safety features that have been added to the new DMAXs now with their blind spot sensors and their rear reverse sensors. We've been able to work with Isuzu Australia in removing their tubs and putting our canopies on and making them work. So yeah, we are seeing a lot more coming through now, and yeah, it's good to see.
Now when you set the canopy up, you're going to have to start to think about what sort of power we're going to put into it. When you're off-grid, you need 12-volt power. So you're going to need solar power, you're going to need batteries, and you're going to need a management system to run it. So with Red Arc, we've got the Manager 30 running the whole system, and we've got their new lithium batteries as well.
Red Arc 2000 watt inverter, 30 amp battery management system, Red Vision display.
The easy slides that are in this canopy are there to not only house the fridge, but they're also there to hold the Clearview pantry. Now, it's got a lot of space because you've got to put a lot of food in this truck, because we know how much Simon likes his tucker. Now, there's no doubt about it, there's a lot of storage room inside these canopies, not only inside, but in the toolboxes on the sides. There's also a rear drawer, which I found is perfect for all your Campos recovery gear. Now, mounted on top of the canopy is, of course, where you're going to sleep. And I'll tell you what, I'm really excited to announce that we have got on top of this canopy the new Campos clamshell rooftop tent. And it has to be one of the easiest rooftop tents to set up on the market. We've designed it so that it's easy to set up and very comfortable. Now, the material that's used in this rooftop tent is a 280 GSM canvas. Waterproof, it's windproof. It's really good for those hot nights up in the top end of Australia, but also just as effective if you're using it down south in the cold weather. Let's face it, a lot of time and a lot of effort has been put into this truck. And it's those little details that really make it. Right down to, you know, the guys at Sinorama that have wrapped this truck from front to rear, that give it that awesome look. It is Australia's probably, I reckon, Australia's toughest DMAX, but it's also set up for touring. It's not just a show pony, it also can handle the tracks.
Nothing like speeding through a water crossing. Just nuts. MAXY2, don't let me down. all going on. Oh yeah!